In this video, I'm going to discuss the different keyword option boxes you have here and what they do. Okay, so the way it's set right now is generally how I run my sites. This is the default settings. The search refer is on, the title is on, and the append global keyword is on. These others are all options that you can use if you want to. So let's go over what they are. We have use global as a backup keyword. Okay, so what that is for is if you have an individual post where you set your keyword in the post, which I'll show you how to do that when we cover token building. You can set a keyword in a post that's different from the title, and that's the items that it will bring up. So if you have a specific site with a specific post about a single product, it might be best to set the keyword in the post so that it brings up exactly the correct item for you. And what's nice is using Prosperant is it doesn't matter what merchant it pulls it from, it will find you the top one to pull. And if that one for whatever reason drops out, doesn't have it anymore, another one should come right in and replace it, as long as it's an item that's available from multiple places. So if you have this option on, is to use the global as a backup. What that means is if your keyword in your post fails to find any matching items, you can turn it on so it uses the global here to match items. It's just an option. I don't use it because right now I'm not using a lot of keywords in my individual posts. I do a lot of across the site postings using Post Layout Pro and stuff to add it to every single post. Alright, so the next option is use search refer keyword. So if they're coming in from Google or Yahoo or Bing or wherever, and if it's coming in as a search string, a query that they've done from a search engine, it's going to use that string to display the items. This should bring you the most targeted items that the people are looking for. So that's a really good option to have. That was my #1 option when I made this, so that everybody coming into the site should see exactly what they're looking for. So I always leave that on. Use title as keyword. That's for your blog title or your post title, so that it's using that as the keyword. So if we went back to the dog sweater page, I didn't refresh it from the last video, so we're still on non-dog sweaters, but now we're back to dog sweaters. And so it's got a blue sweater, and then I appended the global keyword to give it blue sweater dogs, and there we go. We have our blue sweaters for dogs. This is, like it said before, this is a poor title, blue sweater, or another title for this site. There was this Frontline Plus. Those are poor titles, but some systems give you titles like that to use, and using those, you'd want to use them as the title because they are keyword rich, and you'd probably want to append the global keyword. That's add this keyword into the search query. So it gives you the right results that way. If your titles are more reader friendly and more proper titles, then you might not want to use titles as your keywords. They might not be good as keywords. If you have like the latest training techniques for dogs, that might or might not work as a title. I don't know. I haven't tried it. But the more words that are in there, it might not bring in the items you hope to bring. So you might need to turn that off. It's an option for you to decide to use or not. Use title as a backup keyword. It's the same as the global one. If you're running a keyword in the token and it doesn't find anything, it can go to using the title as a backup. So you have the option of using the global or the title as a backup to them. I don't use either of those. Append keyword to the query. So if you're again, if you're using a token level keyword, you can put in an extra keyword in there and then also use the title or the global keyword, and if this option's on, it will add that keyword to the query along with whatever the other options select, which would be add the global and use the title on this site. So there's many different ways of doing these. Appending the global keyword, I've already talked about that. That adds the word, whatever word you have in here, for to the query. Some people have asked me is if you can use ors in here and put multiple words. No, right now it's only set to accept one query. It could be a two-part word, like you can use coffee maker, with the space in there. That's fine. But you don't want to go coffee maker, comma, espresso maker. It doesn't work like that. That will mess it up. So just stay with one global keyword that's best for your overall niche. This was a popular request to add in here, so I have added it. If your blog is structured nicely with category names that are really descriptive to the items, like maybe on this dog site I really don't use a lot of categories, or I don't even know. Yeah, okay, I put in one. I've got a flea control category as the sample. So inside this category, if I turn that on, it's going to put flea control onto the query. So you could have a category for like dog food, and then you can just say like Purina, and if you appended the category name, it would be Purina dog food. So it's all depending on how you structured your site. If you've got really good category names that really help, it could help bring in more targeted items. And in the same case, it can also kind of mess up the query. Someone I know had a site, and they had a category, let's call it dog accessories. Well, if that was my category and I appended that on, I might start getting items related to the word accessories, which seems to bring up costumes instead of dog items, that were in the post that I wanted. So sometimes it doesn't always work the way you would think. You got to remember, this is all computer algorithm derived. They don't have our reasoning capabilities, the computers, so they can't figure out what we wanted. They can only go with what they're given. So we do our best to give you the options to help you find the items. Prosperity does their best to try to take your query to return the right items, but it's not always the case that it will be exactly what you're looking for. So just try to play with the different options, get what you can to work. Another request that I had from some people was to use the tags as part of the query. So if you have good descriptive tags, you can add that to the query. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's a matter of how you built your tags. If your tags include like brands and model numbers and things like that, it would probably work really well. If your tags are very generic, it probably wouldn't work so well. But again, it's just another option that you can choose to use if you want to.